the stove.
It is a definite thing to be wary of as we get this matchup started, but, I mean, maybe there is some bleed over where something that you learned from Mario could benefit Fox in some way. Both of those guys can stall in the air quite a bit, and then with Fox, with his speed, could also micromanage a lot of spacing mechanics that could bleed over into Roy as well. So, I mean, when you're learning a character, it's not necessarily... First off, when you have fundamentals down, it's, you know, you can do exceedingly well very quickly, but when he locks himself with one character, that isn't to say that he's not learning a whole lot about what that character can do versus other matchups and other, against, you know, someone like Disjoints. There's a whole section of characters on that.
Oh, yeah.
But there's...
Oh, my!
Yeah. As I lather away, very nice job for Yoda Cage to get that cargo throw takeout.
And you know, this is, Yoda Cage could be running a gauntlet of Roy's if he is so fortunate. He'll lose his first stock eventually to Easy. So the Connecticut man is looking to make his impression felt in the city of brotherly love in this big weekend for Philadelphia Smash. Forward tilt by Yoda Cage, going to try to give himself a little bit of space. I would think that trying to get this Roy into a juggle situation would be optimal. I mean, very good data on that up air. But again, these throws and just trying to put this Roy on an island. What's that?
Yeah. And really right now we see Yoda Cage landing on platform a lot, and maybe that's what SA's design is, because with that disjoint, he can cover the big body of Donkey Kong like that exceedingly well, but...
Oh, the shield break!
Nothing but a cover from that.
Get clapped, says the Philadelphia number 9. I think it wound up all the way back in Hartford with that one. That was a little loud, but then again, so was that up smash.
Yeah, ringing in the thunder there with that very nice sonic boom from that slap. Very nice job.
It's a good time to notice that there's no pop filter in this thing.
Oh, that is true.
That might be why.
Yeah, pops and claps alike. We got
seriously. So
rock them all here.
So I apologize for the. I'm sure Yoda Cage not apologetic for the the shield break. I'm apologize for breaking your eardrums. Either way, as we go to game number 2.
Yoda Cage should definitely do more of that. We should not squander that. We should, you know, encourage that.
We stand. Is that how you say that? I don't know. You kids these days. Either way, SA, the solid start, getting Yoda Cage immediately into disadvantage. However, followed up. You know what? 3 swings of the arm is all it takes to even it up. You never want to sleep when Yoda Cage is coming at you.
Yeah, especially on this stage, too. The Roy is going to get a lot of benefits from this, but so is DK. He knows to get that cargo throw and up air, but he follows it up by jumping up and getting up tilts right off the side, too. So both players really benefiting from this battlefield pick. Whoa!
Oh, my goodness! Headbutting straight through the neutral B. Yoda Cage puts him in a disadvantage, finishes with the back air. Yoda Cage with no regard for royalty, apparently.
That was incredible. And so far, he's you know, still playing off stage where he really should be fearing Roy and what he can do. A second time going to work for him. But the fearless of Yoda Cage actually coming out, and he was hanging off that ledge so far at 170. And you want to gravitate more towards the center where you're going to get a little more chance to throw in DI and avoid the blast zone. But so far, he is being fearless up against what SA can do, and keeping it relatively even, working out for him, but...
Good option coverage all the way around.
Absolutely.
You saw Yoda Cage trying to get back onto the ledge, but at just the right spacing, those down tilts, too much for Yoda Cage to handle as DK anyway, and that's the nature of the matchup. He's going to put his hands together and forward area SA off the stage. And, you know, he's winning a lot of these interactions in neutral, not getting hit a lot by Yoda Cage, all things considered, which is good, but, oh, there you go, the counter. That could be it for Yoda Cage. I don't think he's coming back.
No, not after 3 counters. Very nice coverage, recognizing that the up B leaves him super vulnerable because of the multi-hitbox. Not even have to risk it with the down air spike option. And just using that counter to its fullest. 1, 2, 3, and gone. And SA chalks one up for himself there.
The winner of this one going on to face Sabo a Snake Roy main, I guess you could say. And in fact, the number 5 in Philadelphia. Still the natural talent coming through, because we haven't seen Sabo in quite some time, Mini Boss.
Right.
But at the same time, doing well enough to make it to winners finals in this rather, I wouldn't even say truncated bracket, but
not really, no.
It's just so many people coming through, able to make their name given the circumstances
Absolutely.
of this. We saw so many great performances from people like Black Tiger and people like SAU who came through from Connecticut to be here tonight as we go to game number 3. Roy versus DK won again, but this time we're going through.
All right, we'll see what the depths of space can hold for both of these characters. And right now, Yoda Cage locking it down, double dash attack into double back air. And already Roy is struggling to find that stage control off the right side. And Yoda Cage really doing the right amount of pressuring, and Dancing Blade going to go up, but a little misread, yeah, looking for a tech option roll in, but didn't find it there. Very nice wait out from SA to avoid that potentially. Oh,
and another shield break.
He's got the time.
Going flying in more ways than one is SA, and Yoda Cage at 54%, looking pretty good.
Wow.
And will get the neutral B punch.
More than one B move can get him back with those invincibility frames. Very nice job getting back on stage, not tiring after that very devastating first stock claim. Yoda Cage pouring it on, but a little bit on the reverse side. SA doing a great job climbing back, getting stage control, pressuring, but again!
And there you go! You're locked in here with me, says Yoda Cage. And he takes the first stock. That's a full stock lead for the young man as he takes it. And again, with these dash attacks, SA has really had no answer. And honestly, Yoda Cage, I understand like the whole trying to read the tech option. Right. I don't think SA has teched in neutral once.
Not that I saw, no. That could lend to Yoda recognizing that he needs to just play a little more forward and get those forward smashes that he's looking for. But speaking of, SA puts one out of his own and answers right back to Yoda in earnest, makes it 1-1 stock. And if he plays his cards right, he plays it very carefully against the big body of DK, he can climb right back into this thing.
Might have been expecting SA to read the dash attack that time. Instead, comes in with no option of the sort. Back throw, trying to put Yoda Cage off stage with every fiber of his being. However, Yoda Cage reading it, using that aggression against him.
Amazing high recovery from SA to keep himself alive.
Beautifully done, again, by the Connecticut man, doing quite well for himself. And the neutral B to get Yoda Cage off stage. Can he bring this back?
And
but he techs it!
Oh my God, the reversal!
Yoda Cage! A stroke of genius! The tech on the bottom of the stage into the down air! Excellent stuff from the Philadelphia number 9.
That was just unbelievable, the amount of back and forth that, I mean, both of those players, last stock, both of them coming in, guns swinging there, both of them locking down stage control, getting combos left and right, and anybody else would have been mentally strained and tired from that. But both of those guys, last interactions, they saw every drop of water, where it was going, falling in the rain, and they pulled out all the stops. Yoda just narrowly clinching that for himself. But great respect all around to both players for that round.
And as we go to Smashville for game number 4, Yoda Cage, and this is the sort of thing that people have started to ask. A question that, quite frankly, he takes sort of offense of. Is this Yoda Cage, we may not know his potential for quite some time just because of the nature of Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Now, DK, obviously, a decent character in this game, decent enough, viable enough at least to potentially take a bears as he is showing right here.
Right.
But I don't know how good he does. SA not able to get that tech. Yoda Cage saying, hey, you need some teching lessons? I'm giving them out, man. I'll do that after I take your money here. But
yeah, we're in PA. This is Tekken 101. And right now, Yoda Cage still pouring it on state. He has been dominant in these last 2 sets.
But the question is, I mean, how far can you really go with DK? Now, obviously, Yoda Cage really just a hair away from DK hair away, perhaps, from representing CodeName Bears at the Tri-State Circuit. But then again, it's these glaring inconsistencies with the character itself that seem to hold Yoda Cage back. the lack of a consistent recovery. Sometimes he just doesn't want to grab the ledge. Sometimes he just can't recover. You get edge guarded relatively easily, especially when you have a counter available like Roy's down B. Yoda Cage, there's a lot of things that he can do and a lot of things to his benefit that he's able to cover for as he takes it, as he edge guards perfectly with that back air, taking SA to his tournament stock here. The question is, what is the ceiling for Yoda Cage as Donkey Kong? And have we seen the limits of it?
I mean, you hit the
and there it goes, the shield break. Not gonna get a whole lot out of it.
He pushed them off because of the big body of DK. I was going to say you hit the nail on the head, but speaking of Yoda Cage, did that as well. Just the off-stage options that leave DK so vulnerable to things like counter or a down air spike. While that will provide a whole lot of unfortunate circumstances for Yoda, I think the way he's charging ahead right now, we have not seen all that Yoda Cage can do. But still, he has to get around the resurgence of SA here as he's bringing this back. He was down very huge amount. At least one stock, maybe two, but a huge deficit in percentage as well. But he has turned on the juice right now, pressuring Yoda off to the right, and he will not claim it with that hit, but he still has stage control. Looking to find some way to get him back. Neutral knockout cut through. That will do it. Wow.
Not able to get back to the stage. Yoda Cage, I mean, it's unfortunate because you have that big body. You're being provided a big target if you're SA.
Yes.
So the Connecticut Roy main is going to take it to game number 5. Well done in that regard. Yoda Cage back against the wall here will be his stage counter pick. What are you expecting from him?
I think, just that he should not have to adapt at all right now, and he really just needs to, much like Sauce was doing with Mario, not to, say he has to take it out of his book, but just as a very pertinent example, he really just needs to pressure this DK very quickly, get him off stage where Roy versus DK, Roy absolutely thrives in that circumstance. He needs to rely on counter more, he needs to rely on the spike, but he also needs to recognize when Yoda Cage is going to go in for those.
Oh my gosh! Have you learned nothing? Says Yoda Cage, the 4th shield break of this set.
Yeah, right now Yoda Cage is doing exactly what the counter of what I was just saying SA needs to look out for. He's relying on dash attack and the...
did you see what he was going for there?
Yeah, the counter from the down spike. That was going to be a little bit risky. He could have potentially tech from it as well, considering how, or potentially how low they were, but still, Yoda Cage not blocking down the Rock Kong punch! Oh my word!
A potential backbreaker! The neutral B knockout blow! Will that be the death knell of SA's tournament hopes here tonight?
It is looking very harrowing for SA as he just, he is pressuring him right now, but maybe the writing is on the wall. Yoda Cage skirting around, cuts through with the up air, not looking for a second one, or not going to get the second one rather, but still cuts through with that forward tilt. Very nice job. SA, he needs to play the game of his life right now if he wants to stay alive here.
And SA has played so well throughout the course of this match.
Yes.
And throughout the course of this set even, where he seemed like he had no hope left. He seems to start to make that comeback, and he knows when to turn on the jets, when it's last stock. SA, can he come through in the clutch? Yeah. One more time, Yoda Cage will do everything to assure that the answer remains no.
And he
However, SA fighting back, swinging away with that disjoint. Yoda Cage having a hard time negotiating,
and again,
as he has all set.
Those super armor moves that just cut through any sort of option that Roy is going to cover on ledge has been such a bane for SA as he gets chucked off. No, not still living here, but a back air will seal his fate. Yoda Cage sends him out and moving on.
In 5 games, Yoda Cage, the final sprint at the end was enough. He'll move on to losers finals where Sabo awaits.
I am absolutely exhausted after that set. Both of those players, even, this is going to be a VOD, but